Hey YouTube, what's going on? This is Nate here. It is Thursday, December 29th. So I'll kick off Thursday Thoughts today by talking about the supposed iPad 3 home buttons that are circulating in China right now. Now, the iPad 3 is expected to support a Retina display, and for Apple to incorporate this Retina display, they may have to make the iPad 3 thicker than the current iPad 2. One way that Apple could minimize this thickness is by making the internals of all the other parts smaller. As you'll see in the picture of the iPad 3 home button, you'll see that it is much smaller, the internals are much smaller than the internals of the iPad 2 home button. Additionally, DigiTimes is reporting that Apple may release or announce the iPad 3 at the Macworld conference on January 26, 2012. They're saying that the iPad 3 will support an A6 processor, a Retina display, have cameras ranging between 5 and 8 megapixels, and it will also have twice the amount of battery life than the iPad 2. I would say that this is highly unlikely because Apple stopped announcing products at Macworld a couple years ago so that they could have greater freedom to announce products when they chose instead of having to do it in the time frame of when the Macworld conference was taking place. But I do agree with DigiTimes in saying that the iPad 3 is going to be announced in early 2012, specifically maybe in the months of January or February, because Samsung is rumored to be working on a high-resolution tablet as well, and I think Apple's going to want to get theirs out on the market first. Next up, I'll talk about Intel's upcoming Ivy Bridge processors, which according to Taiwanese PC manufacturers are supposed to hit the market around April of 2012. Now, these new processors are supposed to give about a 200% improvement in graphic-intensive applications, as well as give 25% better performance as compared to the Sandy Bridge processors. Now, Apple will undoubtedly incorporate these new processors in their 2012 Mac line, and it's going to be great for computers like the MacBook Air because it's going to reduce power consumption and make the battery life last longer. Also coming in April of 2012, PC manufacturers should begin adopting Intel's Thunderbolt technology in their upcoming computers. Intel has announced that in their motherboards they will be supporting both USB 3.0 and Thunderbolt technology. This is going to be great for Mac users who have had the technology for a while now, but the Thunderbolt accessories that are available are pretty limited right now and they are also very expensive. With the adoption of the Windows PC market, hopefully manufacturers will begin manufacturing many more accessories for Thunderbolt, and we should also see a price decrease in how much these accessories cost. This week, Apple Insider came across one of Apple's patents that was filed in June of 2010, which was a feature for the iPad that would allow multiple users to use a single iPad through facial recognition technology. So the front-facing camera could detect which user was using the iPad, and then it would log them in. So each user could have their own arrangement of apps, have their own wallpaper, kind of like with computers today. Of course, that feature did not make it with the original iPad, and it didn't make it with the iPad 2 when that front-facing camera was integrated with it. Now, there has been an issue of security addressed with facial recognition technology. We've seen it with Google's ice cream sandwich operating system, in which someone could just hold up a photo of that person and the phone would unlock. So it's not a very secure feature. I'm hoping that Apple will integrate this, though, as we head into more of a post-PC era. I think this is going to be a feature that they'll want to include in the upcoming versions of iOS. Maybe they could just have a user sign in with a password that would be much more secure than the facial recognition. So last but not least, then we'll talk about the iPhone 5. This week, Boy Genius report is saying that the iPhone 5 is going to have a new aluminum backing as well as some sort of rubber or plastic bezel. I do believe that we will see a redesign with the iPhone 5. I don't know if it'll look like this. Of course, it's still way too early to tell. But if you take a look at the mock-up image here, it looks very similar to the iPad 2. So thanks for taking the time to watch Thursday Thoughts today. Please leave a comment down below, like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.